What's good, YouTube? We are back. It's your boy Money Monsoon, finally doing something new for the channel. I don't want to say I always wanted to do one of these, but I was interested in making one of these types of videos, a tournament style video. And so I actually went out of my way just for you guys, just for you, the loyal viewer. I went and did some exploring and found something cool. This is a anime fights bracket. We're gonna judge a large amount of the best anime fights in anime history, and we'll see what we think out of the tournament is the best anime fight. So let's get into it. I think this is gonna be a long video. There's 250 rounds, so I'm gonna see if I can breeze through it, some of these, but a lot of these is gonna be a lot of me convincing myself to vote for something. I know it is. Also, of course, if you like this sort of content, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and you will get plenty more of these on the channel. Trust that. For the first round, I think this is pretty interesting. For the first round, it's two Goku fights. We got Goku versus Broly and Goku versus Junior Piccolo. Obviously, we know the Goku versus Broly fight. This was one of the cleanest things of all time. But this, he was moving back then, so I actually have to watch some of this. There's no way. They found like the full video. This is 35 minutes. I mean, they were going crazy. But like looking back at this doesn't compete nearly as much with the Goku versus Broly. This beats it. What is this? Kaiju number 8 versus ISO, or Mystic Gohan versus Super Buu. Mystic Gohan versus Super Buu, I think it's way better just because of the shit talking Gohan was doing. That puts the fight over any Kaiju on number 8 fight in general. Tokyo Ghoul Kaneki versus Jason, or Hisoka versus Goto. Okay, if this was Hisoka versus Gon, then we'd be talking. But Kaneki versus Jason every day over this. I feel like I have to actually remind myself what the fight was looking like. Seems like he's doing regular Hisoka things. I won't lie, I didn't remember this fight nearly as much. Yeah, this is kind of just okay. Kind of okay, all right. But Kaneki, as soon as he got released from his prison shackles, he was choking the shit out of Jason. His theme song starts playing too. He was horrifying this whole fight. Like, yeah, that was an easy one, I guess. Goku and Piccolo versus Raditz, or Gon versus Hisoka. Okay, so this is the one we were waiting on. Gon versus Hisoka. I'd take that over Goku and Piccolo versus Raditz. The way Gon was moving in this was absolutely... It's my favorite part of Hunter x Hunter. Goku and Vegeta scene, I feel like I remember this. I also have never seen any Castlevania. So this is just a Daima clip they were talking about, where they were just boxing in the air. It was nothing serious. Yeah, it's not one of their best fights. It was just them like sparring. It wasn't anything crazy. Alright, this is the Castlevania fight that I've never seen before. I like the accents they have on him. He's moving with the whip. Oh yeah, this is clean. Oh, choreography is kind of clean right here. Like, you see how he's moving with the sword? I've seen enough. This is cleaner than the Castlevania fight. Super Saiyan 2 Goku versus Kid Buu. Oh my goodness. Or Gohan versus Bojack. I feel like all these Dragon Ball ones, they gave me hard Dragon Ball ones on purpose. If I'm choosing off what I'd rather watch, the movie fights are short. Super Saiyan 2 Goku versus Kid Buu, that was clean. He was moving. Oh. Unfair matchup. Natsu versus anything in Naruto is... No, it's losing to Naruto. Zoro versus King, or Kirito versus Eiji. Okay. Kirito has some cool fights, but we'll see which one this is. They were boxing in this garage. I think the impacts are way harder in this. I do like this fight, but I mean, Zoro versus King has become a little bit more iconic, and it also has some really cool scenes. Fog Hill of the 5 Elements versus Pain versus Jiraiya. I mean, I've watched Fog Hill. I've watched both of these. I've watched Fog Hill of the 5 Elements. Nothing beats Fog Hill of the 5 Elements. Nothing. Naruto versus Sasuke. Levi versus Kenny. That's crazy. They're both iconic. I can't call one more iconic over the other. That's arguably Levi's best fight. But then Naruto, like, this is the fight that was hyped up for the full duration of the whole anime. No, I think just because they spent like a whole 600 episodes hyping up, leading to this moment, like we all knew the moment was coming. It has to be Naruto and Sasuke. And it said round 2. Yeah, no, we're going Naruto and Sasuke. Levi versus Erwin, is there actually a fight like this? Since I don't remember anything of Levi versus Erwin, we're going to go Minato versus Obito because that's just way cleaner. Everyone knows this. Where he does the flying Raijin on screen for the first time. Sukuna versus Gojo. Windbreaker, they're just boxing in this. Sukuna was moving demonic in this. So yeah, we're going Sukuna versus Gojo. Gato versus 8 Heroes. Kafka versus Hoshina. Okay, this fight was clean as hell. But nothing beats Garo taking on the whole Hero League by himself. I don't even gotta explain. Mitsuru versus Hentengo. This is the jumping scene. She's going crazy. I do love how she fights, ballerina dancing and all, but they made a meme off jumping just because of this fight. Madara versus the Shinobi Alliance or Cooler. This one's actually hard. Like, I actually do want to give it to Cooler because I love this Cooler fight, especially how Goku uses Kaioken in this. But like, come on, bro. It's one versus like a 1,000 men versus a 1v1. Like, we have to give it to Madara. Have to. Sasuke versus Itachi or Naruto versus Sasuke again. So we're talking about the... Any last words, Itachi? Yeah. Or we're talking about the fight at all. It goes to the fight. Gohan versus Gamma 1 or Denji versus Leech Devil. This goes to Gohan versus Gamma 1. Eren versus Female Titan. Hell's Paradise. There is so much riding on this fight. So we have to give it to it over Gabimaru. Even though Gabimaru was moving way cleaner than Eren could ever move. Wait, but this is round 1. This isn't the last round. This is the first fight. Wait, is this just the one where he gets packed up? Ooh. Damn, he's boxing. They were moving in this. I don't remember this at all. I thought it was round 2, so I'm gonna have to give it to Gabimaru. Sanjin Woo summons versus the Ice Bears. Just the Ice Bears? Or Tengen versus Gyotto. Okay, yeah. We know exactly who wins this one. Gogeta versus Broly or Gojo versus Jogo. This is cool. We get to see his domain expansion for the first time, but it's clearly Gogeta. Gogeta versus Janemba, Fusion Reborn, or Garp versus Aokiji. So we either get the Dap Up fight where they're going crazy, or we get Fusion Reborn. And you know we gotta give it to Fusion Reborn. That's not even a question, actually. Sanjin Woo versus Cerberus, or Levi Squad versus Kenny Squad. I honestly don't remember that nearly as much as... Cerberus is the one where the Guardian of Hell, where he was actually struggling. This one was a little bit more of just like a slaughterhouse. Yeah, like, I'm gonna give it to solo leveling. Shinra versus Sho. I'm giving this to Shinra versus Sho. I don't care. I know Fate Stay Night's probably good, but no, Shinra versus Sho is one of my favorites. Solo leveling. Okay, this fight was just kind of like a normal okay fight. Fate Stay Night might take the cake over this. I've seen this choreography before. Yeah, I'm giving this one to Fate Stay Night. Uhu, Mista and Jono versus Gauchi, or another Castlevania fight. I need to see who he was fighting in this. Oh, Jono wasn't in this fight. It was just Mista. Or this Castlevania. I've seen this clip so much, I know this fight wins. Trevor versus Death. Over everything, yeah. Midori versus Muscular or Battle of the Gods Goku versus okay, Battle of the Gods, the fights were actually kind of ass. Like, it was kind of mid. So, Midori up. I'm giving this to Ishiki. Ant King or Boro. So, yep, this is a light work one. Easy. Okay, we need to keep getting these easy ones because I actually have a lot to get through, I think. And this one is actually an insanely hard one. Saitama versus Genos or Shimazaki fight. This might go to the Saitama. I mean, obviously Genos was carrying with how he was fighting. is clean, but at the same time, this fight was crazy. He 1v6'd everyone and he was teleporting crazy. And we also get this insane moment. Like, this is... No, yeah, I'm giving this to Shimazaki. The combos were so crazy in this. Yeah, no. Kirito versus Eugene or Gohan versus Perfect Cell. This is actually difficult for me too. Because in this one, Kirito whips out, I think he whips out the second blade or... Like, I really like this fight. It was peak. It was a peak fight. But this one looks like it's not Kai. Obviously, Gohan Super Saiyan 2 is more iconic, but the fight itself, this Kirito fight was way better. Only because Gohan could have ended the fight as soon as he went Super Saiyan 2 the whole time. And then since he didn't, he had to pull off the father-son Kamehameha. But this fight was just more intense, a little bit more high stakes. Actually, a little high. They were both high stakes. I'm giving this the one to Kirito though. Sanji versus Queen or Jin versus the Assassins. The Queen fight was clean as hell. I mean, but Fog Hill, any Fog Hill fight also tops everything though. But it's just Jin. Like, Jin ain't the main character. The choreography is absolutely insane. Obviously, the choreography is way better than Sanji versus Queen. But Sanji does get the blue flame in this, so I have to give it to Sanji. Emperor Jambaru. Like... yeah, I'd rather watch this. Only because, like... the insane build-up for the fight too. Luffy versus Lucci or All Might versus Nomu. Oh my goodness. Of course, this gives me like insanely hard fights. Like, this is one of the One Piece fights. But I'm giving it to All Might versus Nomu just because. Have you heard these words, villain? Go beyond. Like, oh my goodness. All Might takes the cake for it. Castlevania versus Nocturne or Fusion Reborn. Goku versus Janemba. Fusion Reborn. Mob versus KG or Gojo versus Toji. Gojo versus Toji, even round 1 was peak. Round 1 was peak. Edge Runners, David versus Atom Smasher or the spin back Shikamaru versus Higan. David was tweaking the whole time. And he lost. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Shikamaru just because of how he did Higan. He got him fucked up, bro. That was crazy. Yuta versus Geto or Jin Mori versus Park. This fight was kind of peak too, I'm not gonna lie. But it was the Yuta and Rika. Like, they were comboing the hell out of Geto, so that's why I'm gonna give it to Jujutsu Kaisen. Fire Force Benimaru versus Demon or Hanji versus the Rumbling. That was hardly a fight, Hanji versus the Rumbling. Are you talking about the same one where he ended off as... We're giving it to fucking Fire Force. Cowboy Bebop, Spike versus Vincent or Senjin Wu versus Icarus. This is definitely not Cowboy Bebop, it's Senjin Wu. Zenitsu versus Spider Demon or Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan. Zenitsu for sure. Ooh, Megumi versus Fushiguro or so 2 Toji fights. I'm surprised they even picked 2 Toji fights to go up against each other in round 1. But I'm choosing Gojo. Megumi was moving crazy, but Gojo literally hit him with that hollow purple. I told you he was literally throwing cars at his own son, bro. That shit was crazy. This one's All Might. Yep, All Might and Midoriya. Yeah. Vinland Saga or Kid and Law versus Big Mom. I'd actually take the Thorfinn versus Thorfinn round 1. It was a short fight, as all is in Vinland Saga, but he was moving. Thorfinn was moving in this. They did go crazy killing Big Mom, but yeah, I'm going Thorfinn. Law was moving in that fight. I low-key hoed him crazy, but I don't know. You kind of just knew he was going to win. Senjin Wu versus the Giant Arachnid or Outcast this fight. It's the Outcast fight. No doubt in my mind. Hashira versus Muzan. Hardly a fight, but Thor's versus... Ooh. He cheated in this fight. I'm going in the Demon Slayer fight. Gon versus Pito or Naruto and Sasuke versus Jigen. Okay. Clearly, it's always gonna be Naruto and Sasuke. If you always ask this question of Naruto and Sasuke or something else. Ginger versus C-rank hunters or Josuke versus Kira. Josuke versus Kira. Saitama versus Carnage. This one is clearly Goku versus Majin Vegeta. This is that fight, like it doesn't even compare to the Saitama fight. It's in a league of its own. Sukuna versus Mahoraga or Midoriya and Bakugo versus 9. They were moving crazy in this, but I do love how this fight is animated. The Sukuna versus Mahoraga. Me personally, I'm not fucking with Bakugo getting one for all. Levi versus Beast Titan. This would be so clean if they animated everything. If they animated the scene where all the Titans were about to kill Levi, then it'd be something different. Levi, it's Shanks. Mob versus Kaoyami or the One Punch Man fight. The One Punch Man fight versus the Subterraneans was one of the most peak fights in anime in general. Mob fight was pretty clean, but if it was a little bit longer and more animated, like more choreography, it would be cleaner. I'm choosing Saitama. Oh, Stain fight or Giorno versus Diavolo. Stain was moving crazy. I'm gonna give it to Diavolo. Giorno versus Diavolo. Just because we get the clean ending for this fight and like the whole Requiem. Snake Man, Katakuri, or Beast Gohan Cell Max. It's Snake Man. There's no doubt in my mind. Gear 5 versus Kaido or Toji versus Dagon. I'm giving this to Toji. The Gear 5 fight was cool, but choreography alone, Toji was moving way better. Goldie Roger versus Whitebeard or Goku versus Vegeta? Okay, it's just Goku versus Vegeta. Goku versus Jiren or... Oh, okay, this is finally a hard one. So it's the iconic fight that broke the internet or a crazy Boogie Woogie combo. Animation in this is way clean, but I think this is the Ultra Instinct fight. This is everything. Yeah, including him boxing as Ultra Instinct. I want to give this to Jujutsu Kaisen so bad. There was no like crazy outcome of this fight. Gojo ended this. We're giving this to Goku. Ooh, United States of Smash or Genos versus Garo. I don't even remember Genos fighting Garo. It was really a quick fight. Yeah, no, it has nothing on United States of Smash. Dragon Ball Super Piccolo versus Gamma 2 or Law versus Blackbeard. I do like how Piccolo was moving, but I feel like I just be hoeing Law's fights because he fights so like non-conventionally. But yeah, we're gonna give this to Piccolo. Endeavor and Hawks versus Nomu, or we're giving this to Endeavor. Mystic Gohan. Did I not do Mystic Gohan or am I tripping? Oh wait! We made it to round 2! I even realized we were on round 2 already. We've been on round 2 for a second, so I don't have to rewatch everything. I was not watching the numbers. Like when there's 250 things to get through, you stop watching things. This is obviously Mystic Gohan. We'll start doing speed rounds because everything should be easier since we've seen everything. Goku versus Kid Buu. Momoshiki. Yeah. I actually have to give this to Fog Hill. Yep. Go watch Fog Hill if you haven't because you'll understand what I'm talking about. This one is clearly Naruto versus Sasuke. Oh no. I want to give this one to Garo actually. I might actually have to give this to Sukuna. He was moving crazy this whole fight. I think it actually tops the Garo fight. This fight was literally so peak. But this fight, like, they introduced jumping again into anime. So, like, I have to give it to Jujutsu Kaisen. I'd watch this OG Naruto fight any day of the week, even over the Madara fight. Oh, this one's Tengen and Gyotaro. Broly, for sure Broly over Sunjin-Woo. Rock Lee versus Garo, or this is Rock Lee versus Garo. I was about to pick Boruto, but this is actually Saitama. Saitama, a One Punch Man beating Naruto fights is crazy because I've actually heard some people say that this is the best anime fight in general. Saitama versus Boros. Ooh, damn. I'd actually choose Shimazaki fight. Fusion Reborn or Ooh. I might be stuck on this one a little bit. Gojo got folded up so quick, but he was doing some crazy moves. And this is just round 1. I'm gonna go Goku versus Janemba. This is Chojo and Itadori over this fight. We have to choose the All Might fight. See, this is an easy one. This is clearly Majin Vegeta. Gojo versus Jogo. Perfect Cell any day of the week. This is a tough one, but this is definitely Tanjiro. This one is Jujutsu Kaisen. Easy. It's not showing it, but Goku and Frieza includes when he transforms to Super Saiyan for the first time. So giving that to Goku and Frieza. United States of Smash or United States of Smash. Gon versus Hisoka or Goku versus Kid Buu. Damn. Kid Buu. He was moving so tough. Momoshiki. This is actually genuinely one of the hardest picks. Like this matchup. I mean, I know this seems simple for those who haven't watched this fight, but this fight is probably one of the most toughest fights. Ooh. Okay. The only thing rewatching this that I see is that Naruto will have like the same level of choreography, maybe even slightly better, but also the animation will keep up with that. This man hit him with like an 8-piece combo mid-air. Guaranteed the best part of this fight hasn't even come up yet, bro. Like they're moving crazy. Boxing, launches him. This moment's so tough. Like you can't even really tell with the animation, bro. He dodges all this shit and then sends his partner forward for him to strike. Like he has the fucking charge up in the fist, and not only that, he latches his little whip on him so he can be pulled forward too. And they just start comboing him mid-air. See, if it was Fog Hill, they would have animated every part of that, like those two punches. With both of those things considered, I gotta choose Fog Hill over the other fight. This goes to Naruto versus Sasuke. Naruto and Sasuke again. Jujutsu Kaisen. This also goes to Naruto and Sasuke. Unfortunate, Gabimaru gets hoed. Goku versus Broly or Fusion Reborn. Both of these are Gogeta fights. It's just which is the better Gogeta fight, and we're saying this is the better Gogeta fight. Dang. That's my heart. Oh, my heart. Outcast. I don't even gotta question this. This is a way longer fight than the Hashras, because they haven't really started fighting. Oh, I wish Josuke could have gotten past another round, but this is clearly Goku and Majin Vegeta. This is Tanjiro. Yeah, it's Luffy. This is for sure Luffy. Goku versus Vegeta or Killer Bee. Damn, the Killer Bee fight was so clean. But you gotta remember, he said ×4 and launched Vegeta into space. And when he first did Kaioken, he was ×3. He was moving so clean. United States of Smash, or like that was his toughest moment when he did that. But this is for sure Beast Titan over that. I'd watch Beast Titan 10 times over United States of Smash. Okay, round 4. We're getting there. Fog Hill. I'm saying Kid Buu. Fog Hill over Naruto. Ace is clearing out the Naruto fights, I'm not gonna lie. I'm choosing Fog Hill. I don't know what's gonna stop Fog Hill for me. This is Naruto. Dang, okay, this is a hard one. Okay, this is a matchup. Gogeta versus Broly or Tengen versus Gyotaro. Them blows were devious. Yeah, I know they're skipping a lot to avoid copyright and stuff, but it's Tengen. It has way more emotion. Dang, this is actually a tough one, but I'm giving this to Saitama. Oh, this is also a tough one, but I actually give this to the Kakashi fight. Toji round 2 or Outcast. Outcast takes it. Perfect Cell. Dang, Goku was moving crazy in Perfect Cell. It's so tough, bruh. It's not even all the toughest moments too. Unfortunate for Tanjiro, because Dragon Ball fights in the Cell Saga were still mad tough. I'd take this Katakuri fight over Goku versus Frieza. I know that Super Saiyan transformation comes from Goku versus Frieza, but like this whole fight, it was just Luffy getting up over and over, and then when he finally gets that fourth form, he was moving crazy. Peak. I would take Goku versus Vegeta over UI Goku versus Jiren. I actually would. Dang. Another tough one. I'm gonna break every bone in your body. I gotta give this to Naruto. Like, this could potentially be the most peak choreographed animated fight, but this battle was just way too tough. I'd take Gyotaro over Rock Lee versus Gaara. This fight was tough, but this fight is tougher. I'd take Kakashi over Boros. Yep, that seems right to me. Dang, this is a tough one. Like now I have to genuinely remember how tough this was. Which is the most toughest thing ever. And they should include the whole chase scene in this too. But I'm choosing Itadori fight over this. Okay, Goku versus Majin Vegeta or Goku versus Perfect Cell. I'd actually say Majin Vegeta. I think they had a little bit more choreography in this one. Even though the Perfect Cell also has the instant transmission Kamehameha moment too. Yeah, I'm giving this to Majin Vegeta. This, I would choose Goku versus Vegeta over Beast Titan. Naruto versus Sasuke, round 1, yeah. This fight was tough, but yeah, we're gonna give it to Tengen. Now this is a hard choice. Oh, that shit is devious. Ooh. They're skipping so much. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I'm choosing this fight. Sorry, Goku versus Vegeta. I'm picking Yuji. The Yuji fight was so tough. Okay. Semi-finals. This is close to the final round. Am I ballsy enough to pick Naruto and Sasuke, the young version of them, over Tengen versus Gyotaro? Y'all gotta remember the combos Naruto was doing and how the reanimation of this looks too. Then again, this is like one of the most peak fights in history. This man, he had 2 fights. He lost the first fight. He lost his arm and his poison was getting into his heart. He was pretty much dead. And then he comes back into the fight stronger than ever and clutches up. And still he needs Tanjiro's help to do it. And Tanjiro does do it. He pulls through, actually cuts the neck, and Zenitsu needed to cut the other demon's head at the same exact time. Like, they had to time it perfectly, and they were fighting crazy with this fight, bro. Okay, yeah, this is Tengen. We're choosing Tengen. Okay, now we got 2 Jujutsu Kaisen fights. I think I'd honestly choose Mahito over Chozo. The Mahito fight has way too many moments over the other fight. Mahito Black Flash, Toto Black Flash, Itadori IMU, Itadori Black Flashes. This is Itadori. And now we're at the last fight. It's unfortunate. This matchup gives me Tengen as the top fight. Like, that's what I'm going to choose. I can 100% guarantee that I'm choosing Tengen over the Itadori fight. It's actually kind of crazy to me how my thought process has got me to the most new gen anime as the best fights. But like, maybe there's a reason for that. I think that like new gen anime, they know how to do fights better. Like when they do pop off, like they know exactly what makes the fight more intense and everything, because they had the other older anime fights to tell them, like, you know, what was great and what people loved and what people didn't like as much. So like somehow there's going to be some new anime fights that top even this. But yeah, this one goes to Tengen.